when the white wolf fought a silver-tongued devil. His army of elves at his hooves did they revel. They came after me with masterful deceit. They broke down my loot and they kicked in my teeth, while the devil's horns minced our tender meat. And so cried the witcher, he can't be bleed. Toss a coin to your witcher, oh valley of plenty, oh valley of plenty, oh. Toss a coin to your witcher, oh valley of plenty. At the edge of the world, fight the mighty horde that bashes and breaks you and brings you the morn. He thrust every young far back on the shelf, high up on the mountain from whence it came.
Everyone to Witcher Wednesdays. I'm very excited to be here. We were not here last week, and it gave me an extra week to agonize over the events that are going to take place tonight, so I'm very excited. We're going to go around, we're going to say who we are, who we're going to be playing, but before we do that, I'd like to thank our sponsors, Roll20, because they're awesome. Our virtual tabletop of choice. They've got great character sheets for The Witcher. Check them out. They're free. You can sign up. There's a link in chat. And yeah, I'll be playing Yannicka, the elf healer, who's currently having emotional, complicated things happening. And I'm sure we'll find out more about that. Someone who's complicated but awesome would be Prax. Prax, how are you tonight?
Wow. I was just about to say that, you know what, I'm glad that it's not Ainfra's romantic complications tonight. It's about Yannicka's romantic complications. Yeah. But yes, I am well. Thank you. I am so glad to be back with the Witcher fam, and I get to play Ainfra, our mage, who, you know, made a deal with Yvorth. It'll be fine. It's fine. Just
it'll be fine.
Some elves. It's fine.
Well, yeah, it'll be fine. Someone who's fine is Billy. Billy, how you doing?
Why are you lying? Why are you lying to everyone?
I would never lie to you, Billy.
Oh, well, thanks.
Just your characters.
Yeah, I'm excited. Wim, I play Wim, the School of the Bear Witcher, who thought he was the last School of the Bear Witcher, but that is false. And he is also attempting to confront some emotions as well, which is emotions aren't really a Witcher thing. So we're gonna see how this one turns out. That's it.
That's it. Wonderful. Josh, speaking of how things turned out, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm spiffy.
Fantastic. Hi, I'm Josh, playing Aris of Gesso. I'm not involved in any of this romantic shit because, you know, my romance is uncomplicated and dead. It's the way you should do it.
I feel like we need a parody on dead romance instead of bad romance now for Eris. But segue, Dusa, JF, how are you? I didn't want to say dead romance with you. It didn't fit.
Okay. Okay, I'm playing Dusa, retired Witcher turned knight, who's on a quest to, not for romance, but to kill the man who crashed his bath time last session. It's going down.
All right, someone who's going down, Greg. You can take that whichever way you'd like. Welcome. Fuck! I'm so blind I didn't even see him on the overlay. Matt, speaking of going down, how are you? We can reuse the same segue.
Well, I mean, I can't speak to that this second. Maybe later. We'll see how things go. Little dinner, little drinks. Anyways, hey, Matt F7, Killer GM. Playing Harald of Oxenfurt, a witcher who just wanted to get some elves to the damn Blue Mountains, and now is been abducted and pressed into some sort of death quest. I don't know. I'm hoping there's payment here at the end of this. Otherwise, we gotta go kill some hexers. It's gonna be a whole thing. Oh yeah, there was like some Hot Spring episode Vision of Death, but cool. We'll deal with it when we get there.
Wonderful. Speaking of hot springs, Greg, how are you?
I'm not muted. I shouldn't be anymore. And I will go back, though, whenever the segue was to go down. I say I don't shy away from it. And I thought that was good, so I would say it again so everybody can appreciate that in the world. We're here, Witcher Wednesday, getting ready to dive back into the wonderful world of Family of Wraiths. I will be your GM, your Gaunter O'Grim, if you will. Let's get to it, shall we? Anybody not want to do it? Anybody hesitant?
Well, I always want to do it, Greg.
Okay, everybody. You heard it here first.
Given how many X's you seem to suddenly have. Oh.
Alrighty. So as we get back into this, let's do a quick recap of what happened last time. After a huge battle in the mountains with elements of an enemy that was in the end augmented by members of the Wild Hunt, a battered and weary group was teleported from the Dragon Mountains to the nearby Blue Mountains. Upon arrival, with the addition of appearing in a frozen or nearly frozen river, many succumbed to just simple exhaustion. By the time the group reached the Elven camp, they had all fallen to exhaustion. And the Elven camp, you say? Yes. They were met in the Blue Mountains by Eorvith and members of his Elven brigade. Upon waking the next day, several of the group kind of split off and did their own thing. 3 of the members heading to meet with Eorvith and experienced a vision in one of the hot springs near to the camp. Eris went over, had himself some nice stew, and also basically told the entire camp that he won his Scoia'tael armor by auspicious means. It might be benign, but he didn't make it sound that way. And so with suspicion heightened, everybody then went over, or the remaining members of the party, met with a local craftsman, a dwarf by the name of Banker Trill, and Banker was able to agree to craft the mysterious meteorite stone that Eris found way back in episode 1, in conjunction with melting down one of his current weapons, to combine it into a new weapon, and through this process of creation, release the magic inside the stone. And as explained by Banker Trill, this was a gravestone, only you couldn't read what was written on the headstone. Upon the creation process, this bit of knowledge will be released. But with that, and a drunken whim who was getting his armor repaired, and a furiously medicing healer, we are going to settle back in at the moment where a puppy burst forth from the frozen undergrowth of the Elven camp. The first snow of the season, gently coating everything with a half-inch of fine powder. And as this little rust-colored puppy exploded out, Banker Trill, a dwarf with large pigtails that kind of stand up from his head, dangled down with gray dipped with black, turned and looked at this rust-colored puppy who has rust-colored ears that are dipped in black, and called the puppy Fleck. And let's stay with Banker Trill then, as we have Yannicka, Wim, and Eris on scene. Also, and I forgot to remind everybody, any swallow that you receive from our lovely chat is only good for the session in which it's donated. It's like temporary hit points. So if anybody has any of that that's currently flowing through your system, please allow it to flow out of your system and return yourself to your tray table in upright position, however bad that may be. Anyway, What are the three of you doing? As Banker Trill looks down at his dog, he's, you're just a little fucker. You're a fucker. You're cute, but you're a fucker. Just, that's it.
I give next to no reaction because the name has no significance for me.
Same.
Yeah.
pretty much.
It takes.
And I've been escorting drunk Wim back to Eris to be like, here, you watch him while I go do things.
And as you're kind of like corralling him, the name Fleck kind of like sits in the back of his head, like, wait, fuck it, Fleck was.
Yep, that's the dog's name. Wim. That's apparently what's being called.
He's going to like, he's like, hold on, and then as he kind of clumsily tries to bat you away with his hand, just places his large palm on your face and kind of shoves you away as he kind of stumbles back towards the blacksmith. Hey, you call it dog Flick?
Yes, I do, but he's a fucker. He's a fucker. His name is Fleck, but he's a fucker. Ah. The dog's like licking his face. He's laughing.
Hey, is it your dog or is it like the village dog?
He immediately takes the dog and pulls it close. This is my pup.
All right, I feel I should warn you. There's a man who stopped time, came to me and talked to me, and he's been searching for a dog named Fleck. I don't know if there's more than one, but if there's one, he might want it.
Wim?
Yeah?
What?
What? There's a man, you know, in the alley with the two, they were witches, but they weren't witches, and well, there's a guy who stopped time, and he fucking stopped time and talked to me
about
and
dogs.
One dog, but also other stuff. But the dog is what sticks out right now. That's what I remember.
That's
the
what
most.
sticks out. That's what sticks out. Right.
Yeah. What? I'm trying. It's someone looking for his dog. Man. I just want. It's a relationship you can't fuck with. So I'm giving him fair warning. Someone's looking for that fucking dog. Okay.
How much of that stuff did you give my brother to drink?
How much of that stuff you give my brother to drink?
He holds the dog. Just a wee little.
Drop.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think he's had enough. I'm gonna go sit him down for a minute.
Well, he's got my armor. You done my armor yet, Mister? Sir?
In a bit.
Yeah.
I'm playing with my pup.
In a minute.
Okay, yeah. I just had a burp come up that tastes like puke, so
I can smell it. It wafted a bit. It is over here.
So, what's waft? What's a waft?
It's sort of like a fart, only it catches the wind and thus wafts.
Okay. All right. Okay. Where's the way out?
You're outside. So
I grab him by the wrist and I do the twist of the wrist and I'm just gonna lead him out of the room or out of the tent. Sorry, that we're in the. Now he's so convincing when he's drunk. Even I'm like, are we indoors?
With the twist of that wrist, like, fucking did sister teach you that? She did it the same way. Fuck.
How about you and me go have a little talk, yeah?
Yeah. Well, what about?
I will drag him away from the camp. Well, not away from the camp, but like to the outskirts, somewhere quiet. And I just look at him, take a moment. Wim, you got something on your face. Just a little. Just there.
What?
Just there.
Where?
No, just a little. And then I backhand him full force in the face.
I can't really dodge that.
Do we? Yeah, I was gonna say we can roll if we want, or you can
No.
take.
That's a good setup, and I'm hammered, so that works.
And I look to Wim and I'm like, when in the fuck were you planning on telling me about all this?
I thought it was a dream or some shit until he said flick, and someone else, other than the shit happened in my head, it fucking occurred in the real life. Shit, I don't know. I have dreams.
That guy, that magic mage wizard dickhead, whatever the fuck his name was, I've run into him as well. Said you mentioned something about a dog. Said you cut a deal with him. What ain't you telling me?
Wait, fucking hold on, man. Let me get my shit. Okay. Get the air in there. It helps with the. All right. So he fuck. Okay. So I'm supposed to, in order to fucking save stuff, I gotta. Whenever he wants, I gotta hang out with him for a fucking year. I think that's it. Yes, he was. When he comes, I gotta spend time. I don't know how he phrased it, to be honest.
You did a deal with a devil.
I mean, it didn't sound that bad.
What's
For
Fleck got to do with
for
this?
what it's worth, right? It's,
what's
you
the
make a
deal
deal
gonna
for
be?
something, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
if it happened, what was your fucking deal? Come on. If I'm fucking flowing out here with the stories and shit, fucking deliver.
Greg, what was my deal specifically? It's been a fair little. It's been a heartbeat.
Tisk, tisk, tisk.
Like a lot of stuff
when
happened. No. Actually, if Greg can't remember, it's remiss. If you didn't get it in writing, then
I know the exact wording of what I agreed to.
I know the exact wording of what everyone agreed to. When he comes, he will tell you that he needs you to go from here to there. You're muted again, Greg.
Oh, I'm not a pro, so that's
Oh, we're on my channel.
yes.
You're our favorite pro, Greg.
Yeah, so yes, you're absolutely right, Prax. It was whenever Gaunter asks, you must move from where you are to where he wants you. Here to there.
logistics. Said he'd need me somewhere that I wasn't going to be and that I'd have to be there.
In exchange for what?
You and I are both living and breathing right now, so I should say enough.
Hey, so you got yours then?
After yours, he mentioned something about a dog. But it was just when we were in the forest in Broccolon, and it wasn't a good time. And I meant to talk to you about it afterwards, and then time got fucked, and I don't know. There
Yeah.
wasn't a time.
Well, I'm trying to think of what I got for my deal. It was, fuck. It was something along the lines of, in the event you kill yourself, you won't. I think.
What?
Daisy. In the event you kill yourself, you won't.
What do you mean kill myself?
What else?
You did this for me.
Wait, kind of sounds weird once you say it out loud.
I'm sorry, did you not say it out loud the first time round and not
I
hear
fucking
how
shut up. I
stupid-
fucking did it, asshole. I fucking did it for you, okay? Is that what you want to hear?
No, it's not what I want to fucking hear, Wim. Why would you do something like that?
Because I was fucking worried, man. I didn't know where you were at, and it sounded like something you might do, so I fucking took the deal.
And who's going to watch my back? The year you're gone. Do you even know when it is?
No. Do you know when he's going to move you from fucking...
No, I don't fucking know. But I made the
So?
deal because he'd already cut a deal with you.
So look at us, two fucking idiots sitting here pissing in a pot. What are we getting mad for? Fates are sealed. Make the fucking best of it.
Look, just... God, you're a fucking idiot.
Yeah, you too, asshole. You got any
What are we going to do
fucking-
about
Yeah, what?
the other problem? You and the elf.
Well, I forgot about it until just fucking now, thanks.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize we were burying everything. I thought this was the time when we kind of, vented some shit. So maybe you want to tell me what's going on there?
Well, I'm fucking hammered, so, let's see. We fucked once. And maybe
So it's not
exchanged
serious.
glances here and there. I don't know. It felt weird, right? And if
What do you
it
mean
feels
it felt weird?
like in your fucking...
Oh, I don't want to know details, brother. I'm just fucking...
Not my dick, asshole. My belly. Like little fucking fluttery shit
What was
flying
he-
around.
Oh, you mean... Right, not actually...
Right,
look,
I'm not a fucking boner, asshole. Jesus. I had one of... Well, okay, no, I did have one of those.
Roll me an
I'm good
awareness.
now.
Can I fail? Can I just choose to fail?
Yeah,
I
sure.
don't want to be aware right now.
You absolutely can.
The less aware I am, the happier I think I'll be.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I thought there might be something there, but,
Are both of you opting to fail awareness? Or Wim, are you going to roll? Or I know Eris is opting just to...
I thought it was just for him to notice my erection. I didn't know what we were rolling awareness for.
Oh my fuck! Oh,
Listen,
Greg, how
I
many
would...
times has a player said that to you?
More than you would think. It was... No, but I would never make somebody roll to be aware of an erection. That seems cruel. But...
Okay, I'll legit roll. We have 1 silver, right?
We do. Of course.
15.
Okay, and then Eris, you're electing to fail?
Yeah,
Okay.
I am.
So throughout this exchange of, unlawful carnal knowledge, or lawful carnal knowledge, as it's exchanging back and forth between the brothers Gesso, neither of you notice that an elven archer hunter has approached, and she has what looks to be like a lock of hair kind of wrapped with a bit of twine. And as she listens to this exchange, Brillar's face drops and her hand drops, and she begins to move away. And as she's moving away, Wim, that's when you notice her.
I thought you had forgotten.
I only forget Eris's punishment for a moment. I don't forget all.
So like he's like leaning forward, and then he like takes a breath. Wim looks to the side and sees, and he's like, fuck, no, fuck. What? Brila! Is that you?
She continues to walk away. And as you make that call out, our camera spins away from the Gesso brothers and crosses the slight encampment to the rise that leads to the hot spring, where 4 figures are descending, as we see Ainfra, and we see JF, Matt, and Yorvith come down from on high. What would you all like to do as Dusa and Harold and Ainfra make their way back to the Elven camp?
Yorvith, what is your most important building? The one thing you can't live without here in this encampment. Has to be protected at all costs.
I know you're looking for an answer, but we can live without any of this. It's all transitory. My command tent, as he sees that you need an answer.
Fine. Do you trust me?
No.
Do you trust my skills?
Yes.
Do I have your permission to set up certain protections in case, a bunch of really pissed off individuals who like to bring the winter with them come in calling?
Be my guest. My tent is yours.
And I'll just put a circle around it, and if necessary, I'll activate it so it gives some protection for those who need to get out.
He simply nods, his one eye taking you in.
And she's just gonna kind of give a like half nod back to him and then turn and look at the other two and be like, I'm going to try and set up some minor defenses. Maybe we get the rest ready and figure out what we're doing about this stupid stone. And she'll just start walking down the hill.
Dusa and Harold?
Yeah, Dusa's going to turn to Lorwith and he'll lean towards him and say, what kind of abominations have these Sinblings been turning these elves into?
Any number of creatures. They seem to be flooding the valleys with them.
Mm-hmm. So, just random creatures.
We have seen, not to be vague, but we have seen them taking on undead qualities. Perhaps spectral in nature, but few of those, more flesh and blood beasts.
Lovely whole menagerie of fucked upness.
Strange thing is, they are staying in a northern valley, shaped like a crescent. It's as if they will not wander from it.
Which leads me to my point. How far out is that from here?
20 miles.
Can you point it out on a map?
For you, yes.
Just a hunch, we'll call it.
He would lead you towards the same tent that Ainfra is going to, and he would provide you with very rough maps of the Blue Mountains, and they are exceptionally old. It's, as in, you would know this, being both Witcher and Scholar, that the elves, once they have tracked and mapped a land, they don't need to refer to a map to know where the runoff is, barring some type of, like, geological event. And so...
We're of a mind on this, I understand. My question, though, for you, Greg,
mm-hmm.
that valley with a crescent moon. That matches up to a place of power that I know about, doesn't it?
Well, you could look at it for a little bit, and I would tell you after about a half hour, 45 minutes, you would come to that conclusion.
Yeah, I had a feeling. Oh, it's always gotta be the most fucked up shit, doesn't it?
What is there?
Friends, the Sinblings, camping themselves out on a place of power. That's why the monsters don't go wild, I expect. Need a way to bust that open, which will jerk a thumb towards Aphra. The her department, I expect.
Yorvith looks and sees that there is magic being performed and plans being made that are not above his pay grade, but really beyond his concern at this point. He just wants the Sinblings dead, so he... Make yourselves comfortable. And he ducks out of his command tent looking for...
Just one more thing.
Yes?
Yes. You know of any weaknesses they might have?
The Sinblings?
Mm-hmm.
If I did, I would kill them. All I know is the male of the pair said that he could not be killed, and I believed him as my sword was hilt deep in his chest when he told me. I don't know how. Usually that does it. But not with them. They were always touching, too. Never broke contact, even during battle.
So perhaps if we can separate them.
We tried.
And then what happened?
I lost 19 of my people.
Just a quick question. Matt, you said the bit about place of power out loud?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. And then as Infra's setting up, can she kind of stop and listen through this and roll magical training to see if she can, because full contact and a place of power is a very interesting setup for certain things.
Sure, yeah.
Uh, 23.
This is very complex, and you don't need to be told that to understand that, but there's a lot of kind of wheels in motion here. I will tell you this with a 23. You think that if you had a chance to maybe even survey the land near this area, Yorvith spoke of a pleasure dome that seems to be the home of these Sinblings. You believe that if you could perhaps see the configuration of where they're living, if it matches any type of arcane design, that would glean perhaps a little bit more. Yorvith also mentioned that, they are beings that can create curses. And so there's a lot of possibility.
I need to see it, but I have a couple ideas.
No, I can take you.
Talk to the brothers first.
To their dome, it'll take us half a day. To the valley beyond, it will take us most of the day.
I just need to be able to see it. I don't need to get up close and personal.
Good. I do not have 19 more elves.
Yes. I wouldn't want to lose any more. That's why I'm doing this. And she goes back to sorting her, pulling things out of the pockets of the coat she's wearing. And just kind of sorting things.
Having been brought back in, Eorvith does note. I'm assuming, Harold, that you are using the book to kind of triangulate positions from the map given, or are you using just your recall?
I mean, there was a bit of recall there, but probably somewhere in that half hour to 45 minutes, he went and got the book just to make sure that he's not, like, tricking himself into something that isn't there.
Right, so if that was around when Eorvith was there, then he would look and kind of genuinely have interest in that tome. But he would make that overt. He wouldn't, kind of be casting glances at it, But and at one point he might even say, or he would say to you, "Where did you get that tome? This holds an elven hand."
Sitting in Oxenford collecting dust for a few centuries.
Isn't that a hell of a thing?
I know, right?
Hmm.
Who would have thunk you find a alliance just sitting there waiting to come to light?
When you say that, the one eye narrows a bit. Roll me human perception, even though Eorvith would slap me if I said that.
That's fair. We have a human perception somewhere, I expect. Or not, where the hell?
I think it's under, is it under empathy, everybody? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, there it is. Yeah, that famously wonderful skill that I'm good at.
That's the drop down I always go to when I want to get the Witchers. Go to the empathy drop down.
At 11.
You see his one eye beneath the other one obscured, or what would be an eye obscured by the drape of cloth across it. And you see his only eye visible narrow. But he holds it for just a second on the tome, then looks at you and nods and turns back to Dusa as he's again moving to leave and quit the tent. And he would look at Dusa. "Would you wish to walk with me, or? I am looking for your companion, your healer."
Yes.
And
Go.
Ainfra's just gonna turn at that, look back to what she's doing, put her hand in her pocket. "I need one last thing. I'll be back," and kind of go out the side door and do this kind of quick check for Yannicka.
You can roll an awareness. Yannicka, at last known position, was over by the blacksmith's tents, which is at the edge of
Yeah. Yeah, she was walking away from Drunk Whim.
That would be a 33.
Yeah, you catch a glimpse of her as in the distance. You just see her kind of skirt between two kind of tents, like an alleyway between two tents, and just for a brief second you see her.
About how far away from me is she when she's doing this?
The entire camp is only like 30 yards across. So
Yeah. She starts kind of walking towards like her where they left her stuff, and she's kind of turns and just kind of negligently picking stuff up and kind of goes, "Hey Yannicka, your and uses telepathy to cast at Yannicka. Hey Yannicka, your ex-boyfriend is looking for you."
And with that,
Yannicka's not experienced before.
oh my God! Also, with your critical, I will let you know that you see that the Gesso brothers are in not the conference, but in the airspace of another elf, one that you don't know.
Well, wait, didn't we see Brilar?
You guys have briefly?
Yeah, because we saw Brilar when we went to.
But she was at the edge of the forest, and I think the only person that actually looked and rolled correctly was Eris, if I remember, because Wim was the only one that went from the altar all the way to the edge of the Blue Mountain Forest. So
Yeah. Okay. But they look like they're fighting like brothers, and she's not going to worry about that. This was her being nice to the person who kept her from dying, because she understands you don't want to have that kind of show up just randomly.
So let's
And then she go
what's
back
this
to her
sound?
stuff.
Right, what's this sound like? Is this like a whisper in the ear? Is this like a tickle in the mind? What is the magic telepathy of Ainfra? How does it enact? Because magic in the world of The Witcher is fantastic because it's all unique, it's all segmented. Some of it has natural bases, some of it even looks almost mechanical and scientific. How does the magic of Ainfra materialize in this first time we've seen it? And, how does it materialize?
Well, I mean, it's in this case, it's quiet. She's very good at using this kind of magic to convey information without drawing attention, because you had to do that at times in court, and she's used to doing it with other people and knows how, and be like, just not looking at who she's talking to, just knowing where they are and having seen them, she can just kind of let the words kind of drift and kind of float around, and then just kind of drift into the mind of the person that she's thinking of, and, just softly.
So with that fantastic explanation, Yannicka, you would receive this almost the way that the music from a ballroom would, as it kind of meets you and greets you with like a 3/4 time, as it kind of comes in, and you even catch a bit of string music as it kind of flows and all of a sudden materializes in your mind this message from Ainfra.
I think she takes a second, glance, sees that Ainfra is not in her near immediate vicinity, and has to take a second. They're like, oh god, this is the voices. That's fantastic. Okay. So she's okay. Just takes a minute, kind of looks very confused, but trying to play it off. She's cool. And then she was looking for him, and so she's like, is this because I went looking for him? She's kind of just mumbling to herself. Right now I've got Ainfra just telling things in my head, but is it Ainfra or is we just think it's Ainfra? Oh god, okay.
Okay, so
This is fine. It's fine. I'm just gonna go to the woods. That's where they were last, right? I'm sure they're still there. It's fine.
Right. So, as you're going to, as you're walking, you see Paul, the person that you helped get to the Blue Mountains, and he waves from over by the pot of stew.
It's getting worse. I think it could get worse, but it's getting worse. She just gives a little, wave back. She passes by.
As
Which
this
I'm sure to the passerby, it looks like she's kind of just giving a hey kind of wave as she's speeding past.
And as kind of an awkward elven, like a younger elven man walks by, he sees you and he's like, hey. And then he looks over his shoulder and just walks off.
It's the most awkward. It's like, oh god, who responded? Were they there? Is this okay? I'm just not gonna. It's fine. I'm just gonna keep looking, heading towards where she saw the group head off towards, because she saw the direction they were headed. She doesn't know they're back from the hot springs yet.
Right, yeah, so you're kind of heading up and out as, and again, the camp is very small, so you can't really miss anybody when they're moving through the center of it. But for a moment, whenever Ainfra pops out, says this, the brothers are in conversation, various stages with Brilar. We have Yorvith talking to Dusa for a moment. The two of you are kind of walking down the center of this area. And though it is a small space, he's walking slowly. So it's not like you're crossing rapidly across the camp. And he would glance over, not with his eye, but with more of a gesture of his body, JF, to Dusa. We have heard about you. You are welcome in Broccolon. A daunting feat.
I used to be a hunter. Maybe that's why.
I can't believe that that's why.
Oh. You have a special relationship with animals.
The Dryads hate everyone. Most of my folk included. For you to have a passport is fascinating.
Left my bow there.
I heard that as well.
Yeah. Well, you know what I like about Rhilestilen?
What is that?
It doesn't exist.
Doesn't it?
No hearts. That's it.
He looks over, and you see him get the attention of an awkward boy that seems to be coming from in between two of the tents. And he's like, I should have said hi. She wasn't looking at me. And he indicates for him to come over. And as he comes over, he says, Manel, tell our guest what you saw. Manel looks and pulls himself up, and he's almost as tall as Udusa, but probably about 75 pounds lighter. He's just like, if he turns sideways, he's gone. You mean from over? And Yorvith nods. Yes, someone is rebuilding Rhilestilen.
Yes. Wow, that's
I saw it. I saw the stones.
It's a farce.
He looks at Yorvith.
Farce.
And Yorvith says to you, what makes you think it's impossible? Doesn't all of this speak of some type of congruence or conflux?
Mm-hmm.
Something happening. All of you witches in one place. That in and of itself is... There are long odds at such an occurrence.
Right. Yes, I forgot to mention to my companions, because we didn't have time, but the Dopplers are masquerading as soldiers of Rhilestilen, along with someone who's masquerading as the prince. Seem to have struck a bargain with the Wild Hunt.
Well, that is concerning. Manel? I watched them for 3 days. They seemed like regular folk.
It is a lie. Everything they are doing is a lie.
And he says something.
Closer.
He says something in Elvish, which you understand, correct? Dusa, you speak Elvish.
Yes.
Speak. He doesn't know that Manel wasn't with you whenever, but he says, you hear him say to Yorvith, should I tell him about the centaur? And Yorvith says, you already did.
Hmm? Look at both of them kind of puzzled.
Someone, for good or ill, is rebuilding Rhilestilen. There is a centaur among them.
Centaur?
One of their kind has not been seen since my people walked Rhilestilen.
I'm not too worried about the centaur. What I'm worried about is the Wild Hunt. Their king stole half of my life just by looking at me.
At least you kept the good half.
I don't know about that. You should take care.
Very well, Prince of Broccolon. We will talk again.
Indeed.
And Eorvith moves away, quitting the scene, and Manel is left there beside you, Dusa, for a second, and he awkwardly doesn't know how to dismiss himself, and so he tries to bow a bit as he walks backwards and bumps into somebody that's walking past, and good day, and he turns and walks. Where are you headed? You're headed away and up the mountain, correct, Yannicka?
Yeah, where I saw them head up last.
Roll me an awareness.
I would love to. 16. Oh, wait, 18. I didn't have the +2.
Okay. Yeah, you walk through camp and you don't notice anything going. I mean, you see plenty of elves walking around.
Yeah, just normal camp stuff.
Yeah, you're able to make it and you start to walk up. Roll me a wilderness survival when you get beyond the camp.
25.
You're able to follow the footprints, and within about 5-10 minutes, you come upon a beautiful hot spring with water that is so effervescent that it seems almost milky.
Huh. I don't know if I made it here. Must have gone somewhere else.
From behind you, you hear, "This is a fun circle."
I feel like all the hairs, kind of like when you startle a cat, just kind of do that for a second. She just jumps. Hey.
He moves beside you.
Yeah, just pokes him.
He is poked.
Okay. I was thinking we need to talk.
I agree.
Great. So down by the river, I think I heard you say something about being brokenhearted.
You heard correctly. Your hearing was
Okay.
always first rate.
Yeah, sure. About that, I recall a very different scenario happening in which I was left terribly brokenhearted, so I just feel like I need to ask you. Missed.
My God, why did you strike me?
No,
We're having
there's
a pleasant conversation.
Seeing things. I thought it was a bug, but it's snow, so obviously they're not out right now. It's fine. What happened? Because apparently it's not what I thought happened. Maybe. I don't know what. Why? Could you elaborate?
He walks over to the edge of the spring, which is kind of surrounded by kind of large flat flagstones, almost giving it a constructed pool feel. And he kneels down and kind of runs his hand through the water. Isn't it possible that we could both be heartbroken?
I suppose, though that doesn't explain much.
We were drawn apart.
What? Who? What happened? We went to sleep, and then I woke up the next morning and you were gone. You didn't even leave a note.
Something occurred where my people needed me. We were drawn south into Nilfgaard.
And you didn't bring me with you.
I didn't want you to get trapped like I did. We were used, Yannicka. Promised something and cast aside. The human way.
Yeah, it's what they do. We were promised.
A chance to have some place that didn't have leather walls.
How long were you trapped there?
We were behind the lines.
For how long?
For the war. Both of them.
You see, it's like she's trying to figure out how long that is, but she has no fucking clue because she's been secluded in the mountains for the past 50 years. That doesn't help.
It's not that long. It's
Okay.
yeah, you would know that this is a more of a the wars are more of a recent thing, like past 15, 10, 15 since the first.
Mhm.
10 since the first, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they split up like 40 years, 50, 40-ish, 45 years ago.
You would know
50 years
though
ago.
that well actually roll me a
I'd love to. I'd like to roll you.
let me see. Roll me something. What can we roll here to understand? I don't want to say education because that's not it.
Okay. I could, but I could roll.
Right, to see what you've heard about him. Let me maybe even like a persuasion. Like
Okay.
this is more like getting this is what I'm looking for here today. If you can come up with something different, this is throughout the course of the time, you asking the right question at the right time that produces an answer that gives you an idea where Eorvith is. And so kind of pings a location.
Okay. Deduction?
Yeah, deduction would work, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. She's not persuasive at all. I could roll seduction, but I don't feel like that's where her brain's at right now. Deduction it is.
Deduction it is.
22.
So yeah, over the course of the years, you would hear maybe other elves that would come to your hut to visit either you or Florial, that, Eorvith was pinged far to the south. Well out of the range of Kedwin or anything in the north, deep into the Empire of Nilfgaard. You heard about him 2 or 3 separate times, each of them pinging his position again far to the south. Whether you don't hear anything specific, he's raiding, you never heard that he was hurt, causing trouble, that type of thing. But his location seems to ring true from what you've heard.
Okay. But way after when we split up.
Yeah, but throughout the course of, it would have been, you never heard of him anywhere else. Let's put it to you like that, even since you broke up. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. I looked for you for weeks, months, and I couldn't find you. You didn't say anything. Do you know how difficult that was?
It was difficult for me as well. But what are weeks and months, seasons and years to us?
Time's difficult.
I know it is for you.
Sometimes it felt like a lot longer than that.
Perhaps we were meant to be apart for this time. It was not a choice that I would make again.
Well, you won't have to, so.
I understand and accept what you've said. But I wish to tell you what I told the others here in this pool, as he moves his hand, calloused with the constant pulling of a bowstring. I was told something during the time we were apart.
Yeah.
I was told that the day after the first snow, I would be returned to the one I love, and that I would die for my people soon after.
Who told you this?
I'm not allowed to say.
What do you mean you're not allowed to say? Is it those stupid siblings?
Oh, you think so little of me.
I wonder why.
Let us just say it is someone I believe could even convince you.
She just kicks a tree or something, just turns around, takes a few steps, kicks a tree, takes a few steps back.
That tree did nothing to you. It owes me money, but it's not the debt that you need to pay.
Yeah, well, I felt like it would be better the tree than you. Kick you too hard, I have to patch you back up.
You can kick me if you wish.
She seriously considers it, seeing as how he's right on the edge of the springs and she could just dunk him, but...
He literally turns a blind eye, like opening himself up as he turns and gives you the side of him that is at a bit of a visual deficit because of his ocular weakness.
You make it very tempting, but I'm trying to not give in to those kinds of impulses.
Sometimes those impulses are what keep us alive.
But I think they're getting worse.
Florial said they might.
Did she? She didn't tell me that, well, before she was murdered, so... That was fun.
I'm sorry about that.
You could have at least sent a letter. Something. I heard about you, but I never heard from you.
I have no excuses. I should have come. But sending a letter or a message would have endangered you.
From what?
From those that would kill us.
Yeah, they're already around. They came and murdered Florial. They know where I live. I didn't move.
You're not the one they wanted.
So they wanted to kill you or Florial?
Something like that.
And now you're gonna die in a couple of days?
Something like that.
Why would you even tell me that?
Because I didn't want you to think I was leaving again of my own free will.
I probably won't even be able to save you if that's the case. Oh God. Did you see my stupid tattoo? She's not looking at him when she says that.
And I'm not going to even make you roll for this. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. What's it say? He obviously saw it.
Mm-hmm. You're not a good liar.
I don't pretend to be.
Yeah, neither do I.
That's why I like you.
Yeah. Someone else apparently agrees. I did not have anyone put that there. I didn't say write that down. It just happened.
Okay.
Okay. just wanted you to know I didn't get a weird tattoo after you left or anything.
Sure.
I didn't, and yes, I am crazy, but I didn't go do that.
I don't think you're crazy. Out of your head. Impaired. Far from it.
You know, like the dictionary definition for that is insanity, right? Like, for what's going on up here.
I've never seen a dictionary.
Yeah, well, I've found one once. I murdered a guy. He was carrying a lot of books.
That sounds like a story.
Yeah, well, I was traveling a bit, you know. After Florial died, I wanted to see if anything that had been taken from the house, because they took everything. I think the siblings have it. That's a different story. And there was a guy. He called me a very racist name, and so I stabbed him a lot of times. And then took all of his books and went back home.
Good.
Yeah. Do you remember, I'm not sure if this is, I don't know how recent this is, but sometimes I go out for like a walk and then I don't remember what happens. Then I'm back home, but I'm covered in blood and it's not my blood. Was I doing that when we were still together? Was that a thing that happened then?
Yes.
Okay. 'Cause
Your
I don't remember, so.
sister was trying to correct that.
Yeah, well, it was, I didn't realize much of it until after she was taken, so I was wondering how far back it went.
May I make a suggestion?
Of course.
Are you looking at him?
Yeah, she'll look. She's not talking about the awkward tattoo anymore, so.
As you kind of glance back up, you get 5 droplets of water in your face as he flicks it at you. And he indicates the spring.
You want me to take a bath?
I want you to take a trip.
I'm not doing drugs again. I tried it that one time. Remember we did that? It was awful.
Yeah, potato,
It was-
potato.
Terrible. I didn't know what reality was for like a week.
Again, you're describing something fantastic, but
It's only fantastic if you want that to happen. I've had a hard enough time as it is on a daily basis.
sure, no. It revealed, and again, he kind of pats the surface of the pool.
This baby here reveals so much.
It's said and spoke to your friends. Perhaps it will do the
It's
same
a
for you.
magic spring. Okay,
I don't.
That's comforting.
You know I do not believe in such things.
I don't believe in anything. So. Except
You-
healthy doses of skepticism.
You have to believe in something.
Well, I did believe in someone. And then she just kind of looks away.
He starts to shrug out of his leathers. I will get in with you if...
No, oh my god.
I will leave you to it, as he kind of...
I don't know. Did you meet the Bear Witcher?
I met... he's from Oxenfurt, I believe.
No, oh, fuck, there's 2 of them. The other one, the really big one.
I mean, relatively speaking, they are both very large. But... to me... Eorvith is like, I believe the books put him at around 5'7", 5'8", I believe.
Elves aren't tall. They're not like Lord of the Rings elves. They're all floaty, tall, majestic. They're not so in The Witcher. Okay, well, the one with the beard. The large beard. Oh, fuck, I never knew him with that. I was looking at his character art. She's like the one without a beard.
I haven't had the pleasure yet.
I was just wondering. That's all. I think I was the last one to wake up.
He carried you from the river.
Yeah.
Is he yours?
No. It had been a long time, and I was under a lot of stress, and we may have fucked once, but there's nothing that's happened since then.
Thank you for sharing.
You're welcome. You asked if he was mine, so you get everything.
I appreciate your candor.
Damn it, there's no bugs, it's winter.
Again. This is the most violent conversation.
Okay, so you want me to get in the spring, trip out, and then
I don't know if you're going to trip out, but
well, fine. If you're don't leave me alone if that's what this terrible magic pond is gonna do to me.
I shall stay with you then, if that is your wish.
Okay.
Yes. So the Bear Witcher, the one without the beard,
yes,
is not yours.
No. I mean, if you'd asked me like 80 years ago if I'd sleep with a Witcher, I probably would have said, on a whim, I guess so. And then there's Whim of Gesso, and I guess it was like the opportunity was there.
Everyone, I'm going to stay in Yorvith for a second. That's goddamn fantastic. That is perhaps one of the greatest puns ever!
I don't know.
Lizzie, you can have my luck for the rest of the session for that.
Unreal. That was great.
It's just, I've been lonely. It's been 50 years. Everyone around me is dead or has left me, and he seemed nice. So I don't know. And now you're gonna die, so maybe I'll just keep him around. We'll see.
It's your discretion.
She just starts stripping. She doesn't have much, it's just the robe, because...
Yeah, that's right, because you never... Right.
It's just like... Ugh.
Yeah, and...
Gets in, and then I think she gets in and just, goes up to here, just kind of sulks a bit.
Yeah, and he'd get in as well. And as he was sitting, he just let silence and kind of the steam around the top of the spring kind of speak as the crack of the forest and everything goes around as things thaw a bit after the first snow. And then he would say, well...
Sorry, killed the bug.
Good, at least this will be less violent, we hope. He would say, well, if he is not yours, then... I would like to spot.
Till the rest of your days, I guess. So it would seem there's not many left, apparently. Someone said so.
He leans back and he takes the wrap off of his head, and you see the scar that starts from the top of his crown and goes down and takes out the eye and leads to the puckered mark on the side of his cheek. And the vacant ocular cavity is kind of closed with like a sundered lid. But he leans back until just his face is out of the water. And he says, I will not love you to the end of my days. I will love you to the end of yours. And he goes beneath the waves. Let's cut back to the brothers Gesso, I guess so. God damn, that was good.
How many people have you fucked in this camp?
Ready with the transition! Everybody! Josh! So yes, that echoes out. How many people have you fucked in this camp? And Brilar's shoulders and frame and carriage collapse even more. You know, she just kind of shrinks a bit, and the hand that was holding the lock of hair almost releases it as it drops to her side. She's just staring at you, Wim.
She's got a fucking audience. Brilar, listen, you're caught. Fuck. Well, in this spot.
It's fine, Witcher. It's fine.
We hardly had a conversation, all right? I'm not saying it wasn't there. But things came up.
I'm sure they did.
Listen, I don't know how much you know about me. Some people have the means of extensive research into someone's life without them even knowing it, which is invasive and weird. I don't know if you've got that ability. So let me, please, fill you in on some things. I spent most of my life, since I left home, since I left the school, on my own. I've avoided towns. I've taken very little contracts. I'm not good with people. I can't speak as well as, he points to Eris, others. You may not believe me, because why would you? Yannicka, Yannicka was the first person I ever slept with. The first person that...
You don't have to tell me this.
It feels like I do. So, take what you will from that.
All right.
Here's the bad with words part. You look disappointed. I'm not wrong. We can start with the basics.
Answer me one thing.
Go on.
And she looks down at the lock of hair in her hand. Is she yours?
What kind of... I don't own her.
That's not what I mean.
What do you mean?
In your heart, is she yours?
I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. I've been drinking whatever the dwarf's got there, so things may be a little disconnected, but I feel upset, okay? I don't know what I was expecting from this whole thing, but I feel upset, but I'm also upset that I clearly hurt you somehow. So how do the stars spell that bullshit, okay? I don't know.
She raises her hand and holds the lock of hair out to you.
I left that for you.
And now I leave it for you. And she drops it. She turns and walks away.
Wim struggles to find the thing to say and can't manage anything.
It's the Gesso family charm.
Can I... Okay. First off, Iris, once in a lifetime opportunity that I'm offering you right now. I want you to fucking hit me as hard as you can. And Wim will put his hands behind his back and look at him. Just fucking go. Just wail away.
You want my hardest hit? Alright. I get right in his face. We could be dead tomorrow. Make a choice. Try love for once.
What's that even fucking look like?
I don't know. I
How
guess
do
the
you-
closest I've known is some dumb fuck who risked his life for me. Made a deal with the devil. Do you like her? Do you like Yannicka? Do you like any of them? I mean, really. Would you do what you did for me for any of them?
No.
I hope one day you find someone you can.
Yeah. And then he kind of puts his back against the tree, and then his weight kind of carries himself down the tree, and his bulk kind of scrapes the bark off. And then he sits down there and puts his elbows on his hands, and then puts his head on his elbows on his knees and his head on his hands. Just fucking... I miss home.
Yeah, me too. I miss all that shit, chasing you around the halls.
You chasing me? I remember much more times me chasing you. Fucking tripping up the goddamn stairs. Remember? Yeah. Well, if we got fucking days to live, potentially, I don't know, this whole keeping secrets, holding things back, we get so pissed at each other. Why? Right? We think we're on the same page. Sometimes we're not on the same page. So I don't know if you need to hear it, but I know I'll have to say it. I love you, man. been the best thing that's ever happened to me. I'd be off in the woods, fucking by myself forever. It's not for you, so you do with that what you will.
It seems to me every time you go wandering off in the woods, you seem to find plenty of company. Sorry. All right.
She, first off, mate, she found me. And don't fucking ask me how I got into this situation. Okay? You know how I talk. I don't know. I'm not a fucking looker, so... Shit, I mean, I've been really hungry before, so maybe that was what it was like for them.
It's not that. You really don't know, do you?
No, I don't.
I do. It's because there's no bullshit with you.
That's why I said what I said.
Exactly. And my point is that people like that about you, alright? People like the fact that you look them in the eye and tell it to them straight. It's my favourite quality about you. It always has been. It's been a shitty quality. It's got some plenty of scrapes over the years. It's got you, your ass handed to you. It's got you in dumb deals, but you tell people the truth, and I am the liar out of the two of us. I'm the one no one trusts. I'm the one who... And yet still, you fucking put it all on the line for me, and I don't know if I can do the same. Alright?
That's okay. That's okay.
No,
And
it's not okay.
Wim gets up, he like braces himself against the tree and like stands up. It is. It is. This doesn't have to be equal. I'm not asking anything of you. That's the fucking weird beauty of this. I accept you. You're my brother. I fucking love you, man.
You know,
You cannot change. You can do whatever the fuck you want to do.
I followed all that time. Did everything he asked. Because he was there and I could... He trained you. All this competitive bullshit. All I ever wanted was to be able to measure up. Even when we were kids. You were the bigger one. You were the one. You were supposed to break our fucking curse. You were everything. And I always fell short. I was always the first one who was sick. I was always the... Look, I didn't just stay away because I had heat on me, okay? I didn't just stay away because the fucking blackguard were running me. I stayed away because I'm bad fucking luck, okay? I always have been. And I didn't want to let you down anymore, and I followed him anytime he gave me orders, anytime he gave me a hunt, anytime we cut people down. I didn't ask any fucking questions, alright? That's why this you talk about me risking shit, doing dumb stuff. I'm doing the things that I don't want you getting caught up in, because at least then, me doing all that shit, it buys someone else a chance. It buys you a chance. It buys you a chance to actually find one of these people, find someone who gives a fuck about you, and have a chance to live a life. You were supposed to. You were the one who was supposed to be strongest out of us. You were the one who...
I didn't want it. I didn't want to be the head of a house. I didn't want to talk to people in frilly garments. Did it occur to you once? I just wanted to be by your side. When they proposed, that to break the curse, we become witches? To make us stronger? To withstand it? Brother, I never had the curse.
You know, when he left me that, I waited for you to come back. I really did. And when he told me that you died, I have never hated anyone so much in my life. And now, for the past, I don't know how long it is, you've been chasing after his ideas, his dreams, everything, and still to this day, I don't know a fucking thing about him. I didn't know. I didn't know about him, bro. I didn't know. Shit. When we turned up at his fucking pyre, you were the only person I knew. We're learning everything about him after he's dead, and I feel like I was running around chasing a fool for years. And even after we found each other, even after I found out you were still alive, I should have been by his side. And now we don't know how long we've got, and I just keep thinking that.
Well then, be by my side now. I'll be by yours. Because what's done is done. We can't change that. What we can change is what we were going to do. So, now this is out in the open. I feel like we've got a little better footing. You're worth it. You were always worth it. I'd make all the choices I made again, and again, and over, and over. You didn't need to prove nothing to me. And I'm sorry I didn't get to tell you that. When you're young, you're dumb, you assume shit. I will always be there for you. Maybe I'll just be a little bit nicer about it from now on.
I don't want you to die.
I don't want you to die. But we're caught in this.
What are we gonna do?
Don't suppose you can kill a devil?
Actually, you don't like. Look, I know you're not. You prefer to do things, you know, get your hands on things. I've seen what you can do, but come with me. And I'll lead him, if he'll come, towards the dwarf.
Yeah.
As the brothers Gesso move off, the camera spins lazily until it hits Dusa. Dusa, a elven woman, walks up to you. She has twin braids that kind of drape almost like a Viking down her front, and she comes in with a purpose into camp, looks around, identifies you, and moves over. You are the Witcher from Rhilestilen?
Not from Rhilestilen, but I fight for it.
But a Witcher, yes.
Yes. Formerly a Witcher.
Well, let's hope that you've remembered. My name is Teruviel. How are you with banshees?
No, I have never faced a banshee.
You know of them, though?
Something of them, yes.
We have found one.
Where?
In a valley 3 miles from here.
And what is she to you?
A problem.
And why?
That is where we move our people. It is as if she were placed there.
As if she was placed there. And Dusa's gonna think about this. Is that in the vicinity of where we're going?
This would be off. This would be if she kind of points in the direction that it is, and you would know that it's almost due east where the supposedly the Sinblings and the Pleasure Dome and all this is. It's also to it's to the south. It's almost like if you're looking at the points of a compass, this would be southeast instead of east.
Interesting. How long has she been there? Do you know?
We are unaware, but she wasn't there last month. We were getting ready to take the refugees that you brought, but we certainly can't move them now.
I do not travel alone. I must speak about this to my companions. If this banshee is indeed a problem, perhaps we can do something.
There is something else.
Yes?
How well do you know the healer that travels with you, Yannicka?
Not well at all.
Good.
Why?
We believe the Banshee is her sister. We're going to take a break, everybody, and we'll be back in just a few minutes.
Yeah.
Well, hello, everybody, and welcome back to Witcher Wednesday here on Laugh Love Lindy. I saw that we had some of our juicy fruits in from our friends over at Black Cat Gaming, and I agree. I agree that the fruits are in fact juicy today. Fantastic so far by fantastic players. But let us go back to Dusa and Teruviel, the elf, who has just said, "We believe it is her sister."
I believe it's her sister. Okay. Well, then I think there'll be a great interest in going. Or not. I'll have to discuss it with her.
That's the question that we were wondering. And she indicates the two other elves that seem to have just returned to camp with her. As you've said, you don't know her well. Perhaps this is something she doesn't need to know. Maybe it would hurt.
Yeah, well, we try not to keep secrets from each other, so.
Well, then we will leave it in your capable hands. The decision, of course, is part of your party dynamic. Far be it from us to impose.
Yeah, we've grown to be a bit like a family.
Well, I guess it's time for a family meeting.
Turn around and start looking for them.
We would say that you could see the brothers, and you would also know that you left Harold and Ainfra back at the tent, the command tent, which is where our camera is going to go. So as Dusa turns and starts looking around, our camera follows his gaze back to the command tent, and we go inside as Harold, as you are able to kind of put to rest any doubt whatsoever that you have triangulated the position by map and reference, by book and given knowledge, and you believe that this Crescent Valley is in fact a source of a place of power, or site of a place of power, I should say. Ainfra, you are done what you are doing. You can tell us what it is, or surprise us with the magics if it happens. Because I know this is new.
I mean, we'll see. We'll see. She's been going around the tent and placing stones and chalk around each place, and as she did, it was very cyclic in areas and focused.
Harold, when he's not getting things down and consulting the books and maps, will look and kind of regard it, almost trying to piece together what's happening. Curious.
You would notice that your medallion isn't humming as big as it would if it was like an active magic.
It's a quiet ward.
There are very large things that like to kill us, and I don't want them to kill any of us. Even you. By the way, I feel that we haven't properly introduced ourselves. My name is Ainfra.
Harold.
And she kind of cocks her head, looks at him. So how well did you know Ezekon?
Knew him enough. As much as anybody can know a fellow Witcher.
And there's just a beat where she's like, and then laughs, like snort laughs, and then looks at you and goes, not as well as you think then, if you didn't recognize my name. But that's okay.
Look, brother comes and asks you for a book. You
find the damn book, you don't ask about the goddamn love life.
Did he tell you why he asked for the book?
No, unfortunately, he did not grace me with that particular knowledge before he passed on.
Yes, he seems to be suffering from lack of sharing information.
Well, just in case somebody decides to rat him out, if he's holding all the pieces at the end, can't really get hurt. At least, to a certain extent. Kind of a dumb way of going about it, really.
No, but it worked a lot better if he would share sometimes. And she just kind of says that out loud around her.
Harold, you'd be aware of the fact that I don't think, Ainfor, you're trying to conceal the fact that you're shouting at the air. So, Harold, this is not something that is clandestine. You can tell that she is proclaiming...
Oh, yeah. He's got the eyebrow quirked and like... Is he watching right now, do you think?
Well, it seems to be some people like to keep around after they die, or more accurately, are being held so by other people. So, death seems to be a complicated situation for us all at the moment.
Well, that's lovely. Maybe I won't, quite go on when I'm done.
Well, there's also, the fact that people are trapped in stones, or carrying around their loved ones in a more physical manner, or...
Well, that's just curses for you. Right bullshit
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah. It would be helpful sometimes if you would consult a mage about curses that you want dealt with. Maybe.
For most people, when they get cursed, it's the only mage that they've ever seen in their damn life that's done the cursing on them.
That right there is stereotyping and profiling in the wrong way. Because 90% of curses aren't actually cast by mage. It's cast by pissed off farm folk. Mages don't need to be there to cast a curse. If you want a hex done, you need somebody with magical ability. A curse is just how pissed off you are.
Fine, if you want to get technical about it, yes.
My skills and expertise and ability with magic, yes, I'll get technical about my profession. Thank you very much.
Harold, roll me I'll take an awareness or a deduction here.
Actually, these are both quite good. Let's go with it. If it'll let me. An 18.
When you happen to have the tome out, and if you've been finishing all of this, through the cipher that only you have been able to kind of, the ink blot and the smudge that kind of turns into, and you know how to read this chaos that's on the pages of this tome, you realize that with the identification in the book of the Crescent area, you realize that where they said the Pleasure Dome would be, you see a drawing with two faces, and you see lines going, one from one of the faces and one from the other, to two other points on the map.
Oh, you cheeky fuckers. I might have an idea how they're playing their little game.
Oh, do tell. How much am I going to enjoy ripping apart their spells? Quite a lot.
You know how to break a bond?
Yes. A lot.
Oh, goody. Then we're going to have some fun with them. Now, aren't we? And he'll point out the lines. Do I see where these lines are connected off to at this point?
There are regions of space that have no identifiers on them. Again, if you look at the map that Eorvith gave you, it's very basic. So you can tell if it's... You figured out the scale, so as much as you can, as far as, the tome that you're looking at doesn't have the same scale mile-wise as the map that you're looking at, but you've kind of compared it and come to a bit of you can decode it through it. It's nearby, but there isn't anything that gives a reference point. It doesn't the map isn't drawn with like a some trees or a valley or a river or anything like that. It's just space on the map.
I was a gambling man, and, well, unfortunately for some people I am. They put the souls in something. Some things. Or someone's, maybe. I don't know. It's not quite as specific as I'd like. But they've locked them. That's why they can't be killed. Or they say they can't be.
You mean they've made themselves phylacteries?
Soul repositories, I believe, is the term I was taught, but yes.
Terminologies. It also means that they're dabbling in necromancy.
Last I checked, that was a real big no-no among the magical crowd.
No, that's just straight up, you can't come back from that. There's no coming back from that.
Well, good thing they were going to die anyway.
It's not about the dying. That's the problem there. There's a taint on their magic now. Everything they cast has that taint.
Right.
So, everyone they curse is going to have that taint.
Why do they take everybody else with them?
I'd need to see one of them that's been cursed.
Do we know anybody like that?
And with that, let's cut up to a hot spring as we have 2 elves and 3 eyes looking at one another across the hot spring. Relaxing, is it not?
I don't think Yannicka looks terribly relaxed. I think it's very difficult for her to relax. And so, just kind of sitting there, yeah, sure. So relaxing.
Breathe.
Yeah, I would be dead if I wasn't. I'm breathing.
The way that Florial taught you. And with your exhale, he says, spring. And as you inhale again and exhale, he says, summer. Autumn. And Florial says, winter. And your sister sits across from you in the pool. And though you would have no idea, it is in the same spot that Ezekon of Kreve sat.
Oh, okay. It's fine. It's the ghost seat.
Eorvith is not there.
Fuck, Flori, why? Hi. You're dead. I miss you.
I miss you too.
Did you kill Eorvith?
Not yet.
Okay. Alright. Just checking. Right there a minute ago, so.
He's still there, you're just not.
Oh, yeah, okay. Go figure.
You're coming.
How's death?
Could be better.
Okay.
You're coming to the end.
The end of what?
Of it all.
Like, the end of the world? The end of my life? The end of all this? I don't know, they keep talking about this place. Rhilestilen.
The dream.
Yes, that, the dream. And then her eyes kind of go wider for a second and she just puts her hand over where her tattoo is. Even though it's under the water, even though she knows Florie's dead, and probably it's just a ghost sitting or talking to her, she just thinks about that and covers it up nonchalantly.
That's where I'll go after it's over.
The dream? You're going to go live in this country they're making up? Well, that used to exist and now doesn't, but might again.
It always existed.
I guess technically the prince hasn't died. I have questions about that. I don't think I'm gonna ask you them though. I'll ask someone else at some point. I'll pester them, bother them.
Something bad is going to happen, Yannicka.
Do you care to elaborate? I know Yorvith's apparently supposed to die here soon.
You're going to see something that you need to be ready for.
What do you mean? Something real?
They found me.
What do you mean they found you?
Some of the other elves, they found me.
But
They're using us. Ezekon and Ezren and me and the others, they're...
with stones?
Yeah.
Something about stones. I saw Ezekon. Kinda like I'm seeing you right now.
They're putting us in things.
Like dishware or wolves?
She smiles. Bad things.
Bad things. Living things? Dead things? Inanimate things?
Little of both.
Oh, fantastic. Do we need to break these things to set you free? What do I do?
She kind of curls a bit. You have to farewell me with fire.
I already did that. Once.
You have to do it again. And then we can show the way.
The way to what?
Dream.
She goes and reaches over to poke her sister.
She is poked.
Oh, fuck. Okay. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to handle farewelling you with fire again, but I'll do it.
Yannicka,
Yeah, Flory?
it has to be you. Don't let the others do it for you.
Why does it have to be me?
You're the only one that can send me on my way.
What about Ezekon and his dad?
I don't know.
Okay. Alright, I'll do it because you're my little sister and I need to do anything I can for you. You've taken care of me so much. I'm gonna do everything I can to take care of you. And the people who did this to you.
I'm sorry I left you.
It wasn't your fault.
She looks down at the water. might have been.
What do you mean?
Her mouth starts to move, but you don't hear anything.
Can I try to read her lips?
Do you have that skill?
That's not a skill on my on the character sheet, Greg.
Roll me an awareness then.
Okay, I'm gonna use some luck. I'm gonna use like 5 luck.
You catch a few words. 3 of them, to be precise.
Okay.
Ezekon, Dream, and Eorvith. And then you blink, and she is gone, and Eorvith is back.
She's just got tears going down her face.
You feel fingers on your forearm. Are you all right?
I saw Flory. And I think this is when she hits him. She's gonna go, the fuck did you know? What did you do with her and Ezekon?
I sent her things, that's all I did.
What did you send her?
Our history as I found it.
Is it that book? Is that what you sent her?
Among other things, yes.
Okay. She kind of just... realizing it wasn't quite intentional. He didn't set up some diabolical plot with him and Ezekon to get Flory killed and then play it cool. She'll just... should get back to camp.
He puts his hand on your shoulder. She loved you more than anything. She did it all to help you. But that is not why she died. It is not your fault.
It's part of the stupid dream I keep hearing about, isn't it?
It's what she died for.
She said that she's been put in something. Some of the elves found her, and that I need to farewell her with fire again.
Some of my elves found her?
I don't know what other elves she could be talking about. We should get back.
He moves his hand from your shoulder to your jaw, like kind of half cupping your face with one hand. I am a fool. And know I shall die as one. But even with foolish thoughts, the only one I have that I can believe in is the love I have for you. I am sorry.
Are you sure you didn't leave because I was too much of a burden?
He puts his other hand out of the water and puts it on the other side of your face. Nothing about the movement is forceful. Nothing about it is, he's not forcing your gaze or guiding you. It's contact is all it is. You can feel just the light touch on your cheeks and the thumb on your jaw. You were never too much for me. You were exactly what I needed. What I will always need.
You're a real dick sometimes, you know that.
Most times.
Yeah. Just making sure. I need to think about it.
His hands pull away.
Just a lot. All at once. You know? Just want to make sure I'm thinking clearly. Or as clear as I can.
I will support and follow any decision that you make. You have both my love and my respect.
And she'll get out and fur coat because it's cold outside of the hot springs.
Yeah.
And once he's out as well, she'll give him a long hug because it's been a very emotional half hour, 45 minutes. She's not sure. She has no idea how long it's been. Time is a weird concept for her. It hasn't been a whole new day yet. It's a little late, but thanks for the apology.
He kind of shoulders back into. He has like a very he's got elements of northern armor that he puts on top of this, but his
trophies,
his trophies. His undershirt is very what we would consider to be like of a Japanese design. It's a wraparound, and so you see him kind of tucking the one side in and pulling the other, and drawing the belt across his waist before he starts throwing on the pieces of armor. And better late than never, I guess.
Yeah. It is. Also, you've had a really shit medic. You've got so many new scars.
I know. Did you see this one? And he points to one it's like raised a little bit over his shoulders. He kind of pulls the...
It looks like it got infected. How did someone let that get infected?
It was awful. We were in camp, too.
Really?
It wasn't like I was in a swamp.
My God. Okay. But let's go back and kill my dead sister again.
He nods. Let us find out. Information first.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
And as the two of you start to walk back along the path that's been frequented this morning, I'm going to go back to Dusa. Dusa, you had the ability to look around camp and either return to the tent or go to the Brothers Gesso, the 2 points that you were able to see. And I believe the Brothers Gesso are moving towards the blacksmith shop, or blacksmith's tent. So who would you like to go after? And we'll catch you up there. Or nowhere.
I'll just call out to the Brothers Gesso. Hey! And say family meeting.
I know. We're about to have one. Blacksmiths.
Not that. No. Just the group. We need to talk.
Let me check on my armor. He's repaired it and be right there.
All right.
Me too.
The crate of dwarven fire mead is still open. There are empty skins, some that you made, some that have been added. As our dwarf Banker Trill's doing his thing, as he's working something out of the breastplate. Your breastplate was pretty banged up. But you can see that, again, it has been repaired, but not really kind of, the cosmetics aren't done yet. You know, it still looks banged out. It's just not. You're back. What are you back for? And he reaches down and pulls up the breastplate. Ooh. And he pulls up the skin.
Maybe both. Well, no.
Cannonball.
Listen. Women, right? So I fucked something up I fucked it up real bad. But
You did. Look at me. I'm in a fucking tent with elves. Do you see another dwarf around here? Do you see someone saying, "Hey, Mister, come here and let me give me a big smooch"? Nope. I'm all alone with a fucking dog. Just me and the dog.
You got 2 hands, so can't be that bad.
Need more than 2.
It's funny. You're funny. There's a meeting. I probably shouldn't get fucking more. How many sheets can you be to the wind? More than 3. I shouldn't be more than 3 sheets. So I just, want to get an ETA on the armor respectfully.
ETA. Let me check my schedule. Let me see here. I got to drink, and then forge meteorite weapon, and then finish fucking armor. Yeah, a few hours maybe.
Oh, good. I'm no blacksmith, so I'm just checking. So, you want to do a celebratory shot, and then I'm done.
Yeah, right. I always think hard work gets done faster with lubrication.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You good at toast? You can do the toast.
Yeah.
Eris, you want in? Eris.
Oh. What?
Sure.
And he reaches down and pulls a completely different and gives everybody a full skin of dwarven fire mead.
Deucer, hey, Deuce. We're doing a shot. He's fucking
Shakes
old.
his head.
Just the 3 of us.
Okay, so what should we toast to? I got it. You got one?
Life is tough. So are we. I'm betting life breaks first.
That's a good one.
Yeah. All right.
I'll drink it. Yeah.
Oh man, you don't get used to this. This fucking. Oh
That's
wow.
good.
Yeah.
You feel it right in your balls when you drink it. It just drops. It just drops.
Hey, mine does the opposite. All right, we're gonna go to the meeting. So, thanks for the shot.
I'm pretty sure the Scoia'tael used that to tan leather. Let's go.
As you walk off. And there's a dog that's running around as this dwarf who has no sign of a significant other continues to hammer out armor. You're able to join up with the others at the grand tent, and soon after Yorvith and Yannicka arrive, you are all together, my friends, as is Teruviel, the elf that has been called in by Yorvith. You have all been made aware that a banshee has been found, but only Dusa knows that this banshee is believed to be the sister of Yannicka. And Teruviel looks first at Yorvith and then at Dusa and cocks a long, thin eyebrow up as if asking both should she proceed. And Yorvith turns and looks at Dusa.
Dusa nods.
Well then, and she sees that there's a map laid out on the table. And she points, right here we found a banshee. Mm-hmm. And looks over at Yannicka. We believe it is your sister.
That would explain some things. Okay.
Now, wouldn't killing these siblings, saying they cursed her, wouldn't that lift the curse somehow?
No, not usually.
Oh, speaking of sibling curses, I was super cursed. That's why I was glued to that chair. This is Paul and Lark, because I imagine she's changed into armor real quick before the meeting. They're together. She puts them in like one hand, and I found them at the Duke Aglaval's estate, and they were super dead. I didn't think they were dead at first. Turns out they're dead. So that's new. And they said they could only. And then I saw that Gaunter guy, and he said I only had 100 steps left. And then they were like, "Yeah, we only had 100 steps. We had to make it to the Blue Mountains before then," and they obviously didn't make it. And they asked me to carry them, and I said yes. But I got here, so I don't have to count my steps anymore.
Yannicka, as soon as you finish that part with the steps, only you can see the flap open at the front of the grand tent, the command tent, and Paul and Lark are standing there. And Paul, do you need us? Do you need us to help? To explain?
What do you guys? Do you want? Yeah. No, I don't think they can hear you. As she just turns around and starts talking. But like, where do you guys want to be put to rest? Just so I know, like fire, burial, just particular spot.
Are you in communication with them right now?
Oh, yes. They answered.
Okay.
Can you hear them? Can you see them? Please tell me you can see them.
Not currently, but Yannicka, I'm not actively trying to.
Neither am I.
I can usually do that if I try to.
Okay, well, they're right here. Did they want to know if you'd like them to explain anything?
Well, I might actually. Can you put them on the table over there, please, next to that very nice map?
They're standing over there. Oh, the skulls.
No, I mean the skulls. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Come on, Lark. And they walk over and sit down on the map on the table as they're kind of like
sitting on the map,
kicking their legs up.
Well, I feel
like this is a group announcement. I can see dead people now, apparently. Just, there's other things. We'll get to that in a minute.
Teruviel looks at Eorvith,
so it's not...
and Eorvith just...
and Ainfra turns and immediately looks at Yannicka and is like, "Do you mind if I touch you?" Magic works better with consent.
Like, how are you gonna touch me? Are you like talking
No,
about
just like
filling
literally
me up,
just
or like?
No, just put my.
Okay.
I need to be physical contact.
That's fine.
What is it with you people and fucking?
It's nice.
Do you know how much energy this kind of thing takes?
More than fucking?
Oh, shit ton more.
Okay.
Although it gives you a really great high, and then afterwards, you're usually looking for a release of some sort.
There's your answer, Witcher.
You should
Don't
try
ask
it
questions
out.
you don't want the answers to.
You should try it out. It feels nice.
Haha, Twitch terms of service. Try sifting through that shit.
Report channel because of
fuck it. They got away with it.
Ansel will just come up and put her hands on you, and she's about your height.
Yeah.
Just a little bit taller. And okay. I just need you to breathe normally.
Okay, normally. Yeah, there's a lot of different ways I can breathe. So.
No, I don't. Just
Okay.
don't freak out. And I want to use magical. I want to use magical training to see if she's a conduit for magic, even if she's not actively casting.
Sure.
Because Ainfra's graduated from Aretuza, and there are those before they get to Aretuza who are without control.
You want to see if she's basically got wildling in her. If she's got like...
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's how that works. 27?
Yep.
Yannicka.
Infra?
You just don't have control, but everything you see is real.
You're very funny. I should get to the second point in my
Okay, here. You want me convincing? Look at
You
me.
haven't even heard what I'm going to say.
You're convinced that that it's not real, that the voices.
No, I'm pretty sure the ghosts are there, but I see a lot of things. I'm insane.
No, you're not. You're just out of control.
Yannicka.
Eris?
They're right there. I point straight to where they are.
He points right at him.
I said that's where they were too. Also.
He
As
also has
in,
gotta
he's
see
there
ghosts.
and he's there.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. The ghosts. Sure. People can see ghosts. That's great. I have brain damage. I'm crazy.
Infra. I'm
She's-
sorry.
Yes,
she's a
you're
doctor.
infra.
I'm
I'm a. Trust me, I'm a
Yannicka?
doctor.
Here's the thing, Yannicka. You don't have control, so what you're seeing are real. The brain damage may have taken away your control, but you have power.
I didn't start
And
seeing weird
therefore-
shit till after the brain damage, so I'm very skeptical of what you're saying right now.
I didn't start doing weird shit until my sister ran out in front of a carriage and I tried to stop it from getting run over. And then my parents tried to poison me. So, you know, we all
Okay.
have this shit to deal with.
Wim looks over at Eris. Man, I'm glad we ain't them.
I got lucky and got taken away to a school to show me what I know to do. You didn't. But you have power. You just don't have control.
Right. Okay. Sure. Let's say I believe this.
Okay. But you say you were cursed. Or more importantly, these two fine folk. who,
They
by
were
the way,
cursed, and then
could you introduce
Paul
me?
and Lark.
Thank you very much. Paul and Lark, I'm sorry I can't actively see you at the moment. That's not a skill I can turn on command. It takes a little bit of effort, and I have to usually have water involved.
It's okay. Tell her it's all right.
They said it's fine.
I'm good. But you were cursed by the so-called Sinblings, correct?
Yeah, transferred from them onto me when I picked them up.
Okay.
Or so that Gonter guy said. I'm inclined to believe him, though, after the other things I've seen.
You can tell her they always curse in twos.
They always curse in twos?
Yeah, that's...
They
okay.
just relayed that
You
information.
have a theme
just now.
going, it feels like.
Yeah, like I said, they're dabbling. I'm betting I want to know what books they started with. Oh, that shouldn't ask the question. So, we've kind of determined that the unfortunate problem and the reason why, Yorvith, you were not able to kill them is because currently they've been messing with some necromancy
Lovely.
and binding their souls to physical things.
They're also
Oh.
putting other people's souls into crazy stuff, like my
Mhm.
sister and maybe Ezekon and Ezren.
Oh, this sounds
Ezekon
lovely.
and- Yeah.
If just Flori mentioned it, and I think I saw her.
So what I would like to do is I need to examine both you, Yannicka, and these skulls to see if you carry the taint of necromancy from not yourself, but somebody else's magic.
Oh, because not only my magic, I'm tainted magic. That's fine. Sure, go ahead.
Okay.
It's my
Well-
day.
You're not tainted. You are not tainted. We will have an intense conversation and we'll have,
I don't know anything about magic, so I don't understand everything you're saying. Okay.
okay.
Wim
but
wants to.
but you know healing, right?
Yes, it's very different from magic.
Not in this case. Think of it like a contagion, right? Right, a contagion.
Yes, like a plague or something.
But this is one that they control and can transmit as they choose.
Okay.
But their actions, anytime they have it, well, no, they can't control it, but they are contagious, right? And it's only
Mhm.
when they have an action that it spreads that contagion.
Okay.
But that contagion can be seen on other people because if they know what to look for.
Wait, so.
Kind of like leprosy. Okay.
One
Good
moment.
That's a good one.
I do have a question. So you're telling me if you've been cursed by the Sinblings, you've been tainted?
You carry a portion of their magic. They've been tainted. You're not.
You have
You
like
just-
a marker, right?
A residue.
So if I tell you right now that I have been cursed by the Sinblings, trying to wrap my head around
Raise
this.
of
all this-
hands! Everyone in this room, how many of you have been cursed by these motherfuckers?
Two. Okay. well,
Eorvith looks at the
Is it-
two and of course, yes.
Plus, it comes in twos. God.
Like,
fucking
does it
damn
amplify if the curses touch each other?
No, that's not how that works.
Okay,
Probably a good thing.
I don't fucking. I can shoot far out of my hands, but this is out of my fucking scope. So,
I don't have any magic.
Okay. What that tells me is I can track them, sort of, if I can track the contagion, all right? You're all Witchers, right?
No.
Last time I checked.
Most of us.
Well, you know.
the majority.
May I make a suggestion?
Yes.
Please.
Sir.
If you need to research or examine this hairless witcher, certainly not the one with the beard, from the School of the Bear, and
I got hair.
not
On your
here.
face.
It's scruff. It's scruff. There's scruff.
It's coming in.
Eris, there's scruff, right? There's scruff.
Keep working on it. I'm sure you'll get something. Perhaps the other witches and he does kind of remove the mirth. We will go and take care of. We will see to Yannika's sister.
Okay, here's the problem with that. Because my other thing is, if I can track it through this so-called taint, they can too.
Also, I need to be able to farewell my sister with fire. She said it had to be me.
We can
That would probably be
Dude.
curses.
do that for you. You don't have to do that, Yannika.
She said it had to be me.
So curses, there is no substitutions. Last I checked.
Very well.
And
Harold, I'll say real quick, with Cheruvial there, when she indicated where they had found the Banshee, that was at the end of one of the lines coming from the faces in your book.
Wait. And he shuffles around some of the papers and checks them. I think we might be able to kill two birds with one stone on this trip. Well,
Great, I love killing birds.
Appropriate.
Wait, fuck, whoa, we're not killing birds.
When
I
I
didn't do anything.
Please don't kill
No.
any birds here.
no, not like actual
it's a
birds.
turn
Like,
of phrase.
yeah, metaphorical birds, like Sinblings birds, like human murdering elf birds.
Go on, Harold.
One of the siblings' souls might be bound up with this banshee business.
Yannika, your sister was an elf, right?
Yes. Yes.
Banshees aren't elves.
No, she's been put into something. She
She's
said they're
been put
just
into it yet.
popping
Humans aren't
things into
catechins.
not dishware, but like half alive, half dead things, or both, or
Yeah,
one or the other.
And Eris, how did Ezren break his curse?
One curse isn't another curse.
Yeah, I know. But looking at who's doing the cursing, I'm thinking there's a great tie here.
So what's your suggestion?
You need, in this case, to pull her out of the Banshee rather than break a curse. And then you need to farewell her with fire. Because Yorvith and Yannika, the way Ezren broke his curse was by his son dying.
The Witcher, and he points at Eris. He is correct. This is not the same curse. This is...
Oh, I know.
It broke the curse on them. Gestures to Polinar by just making it to the Blue Mountains. Within 100 steps.
We're sure this isn't the same curse, though, correct? This is not something that she's trading her life for. Oh, we
That's
certainly.
why I need to. That's why I want to see first here, before you go after a problem.
We can't lose sight of it. Banshees, if it is one, is... we can lose
Well, then I'll
it.
do it now, and fast. And it's not like it's going to take very long. But Mr. Poole and Mr. Lark, do I have your permission to take contact with your your elven remains and use them for the purposes of making sure that this is a thing and seeing how this would work?
Please tell her yes.
They would like you to know yes. Kindly. They're very chipper.
I'm very pleased to work with someone of that sort. And she would go over to the map and put one hand on each skull and just open herself the same way she did with Yannicka to kind of trace the flows of magic and chaos as they're kind of weaving around. And everyone in the kind of expanded out towards everyone in the tent.
As you begin to do this, is this something that we can see? Now, maybe not the same way that Ainfer would see it, but is this something that like people could feel, experience, especially the Witchers? Obviously, their medallions would start to vibrate, but is this something that they could spy, whether it be like wisps and tendrils or...
I think you would see off of her, just kind of like that heat haze that you get in the midsummer and high August, that when the humidity is rising off of the asphalt and it just kind of starts to coalesce around people, and then it just kind of settles because it's too hot. It's just too hot, and it just kind of flows out through the room.
Okay. As this is occurring, I would like all the Witchers, if you will, roll me an awareness. Billy, as Wim is standing there, having engaged a bit with Eorvith, you are close to Eorvith when the tent flap moves a bit and a very tall elf comes through with long black hair, and he moves closer and you hear him whisper in elder speech into Eorvith's ear, and he says, "We found another one." And Eorvith looks. Banshee. Eorvith looks and then looks at you, Wim. You may speak freely, Yavin. We have found another. This is as the haze is kind of permeating the space. And Dusa, Harold, and Eris, you could hear this too because of your position in the back. All the Witchers can hear what this elf is saying now. It is another Banshee. It is, he sees the map, kind of skirts around the outside and points, and Harold, that's the other spot.
Yeah, of course it is.
And
Two. We gotta do both at once.
They always curse in pairs.
We gotta do it both at once, I bet.
They're probably guarding the things you mentioned.
Soul repositories.
Yeah, that.
he looks over and moves closer to Eorvith and hesitates before he says anything, but Eorvith kind of shoos it away, like whatever needs to be said can be said here. And he says, "We believe it is the companion of the Witcher, Sheila Loon."
Oh.
Interesting. So who breaks her?
I have her bow, if that matters.
Yorvith, I know her, but she was not of the people. She
No.
separated herself, much like
Yeah.
others.
Is there anything else anybody wants to get out while we're all here at once at this table?
There's a lot of people in the tent right now, and
Anything important?
Yavin, who just came in, we'll see you, and ducks back out.
I believe we had some magicking going on.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll me whatever you want to roll me, Ainfra.
Also, you said that book is laying out on the table.
Don't touch my book.
I'm gonna look at it. I'm gonna touch the book.
It's
It's my
fine.
sister's book. Fuck you.
Roll me a deduction, and at the same time, Ainfra. And what are you looking?
28.
Ainfra, what you're looking for? The tether here, or are you?
I'm looking for the tether, but she's also looking to see if she can get a taste, that feel of someone else's magic. She knows Yennefer's dark chaos. It's got that purple tinge to it as she casts it. She knows Triss's fire that kind of burns within. She knows Tissia's hard, strong pillar and just kind of buffering, standing against the sea. She's trying to take, she knows Kel's chaos and darkness when she went into the vision. She's trying to taste this person, these casters, to see if she can.
Well, if we're equating this to a taste, then it's as if you taste. It's like biting into a pear that looks fine, but when you bite into it, your teeth sinks into a bruise or rot. So you get that sickly sweet taste of something that's begun to decompose. And so it has it's two-pronged. It speaks of eternal vibrance and death all at the same time. It is a familiar taste if you've ever tasted necromancy.
I think at that moment she kind of like pulls her hand back, and there's this moment where she like and like grabs the necklace at her throat and just kind of puts a hand on the table and tries really hard not to throw up.
I will let you
Good,
know.
huh?
I will let you know too, Ainfra, that you get kind of almost like a radar type of ping, as this area seems to be webbed with magics, active magics. You see something faint coming from Wim. You see something faint coming from Yannicka. You see something faint coming from Eorvith. And you see and can feel and can sense that these two banshees that are in play are directly linked to the source of this spoiling. And as you come to this realization, Yannicka, as you look down into the book, it's a kaleidoscope of smudges and smears of words written on top of one another, of chaos incarnate. But as you're looking at it, it makes no sense. You don't see your sister's hand anywhere. And as you look, though, the words begin to swirl and clear as the ink runs into one phrase. And in your sister's hand, it says, "Only Harold can read this." And that's where we'll end this session of the Witcher Family of Wraiths.
Well, you did give me a magic book.
Yay, you're all awesome. Lindy!
Ah, oh God, it's me. That's right. We're on my channel. Ah, hi. Let's go around and let's say, where can find you on the internet and what your favorite moment from tonight's game was. Because I like hearing some of people's favorite moments. You can pick more than one. It's fine. Just don't pick like 12. We'll start in much the same. Let's go reverse order. Let's start with Greg. No, yes, Greg. Hi, Greg.
Hi, I loved everything. I love being with this group more than anything. I love the interactions between the different characters, and of characters that we don't get to see much, with Ainfra and Harald getting a chance to kind of meet and talk, with Yannicka and Yorvith getting a chance to meet and talk, and with Dusa acting as this kind of go-between with everybody in this one. There's more I want to do with that, but I couldn't find it organically. But the moment of the session was the brothers kind of breaking down and having a moment of catharsis, which I thought was fantastic role playing from two fantastic players. I'm Greg. I'm not on social media. Back to you.
Thanks. Fantastic, Greg the Anonymous. I'm going to go in complete reverse order. Harold, Matt, how are you? How was that for you?
That was interesting. There was a lot there. I came in expecting something a little bit different, but boy, howdy, did I enjoy what we got. Lots and lots of interactions, interpersonal play, personal favorites. There were several parts that I loved, but oh my god, the Gesso brothers and their heart to heart, that hit in a way I did not expect it to, and goddamn, guys, you brought it on it. So fantastic. So as for me, I'm at the Killer GM. You can find me on Twitter at the Killer GM, where I write about nerdery, various other things, and sometimes talk to people about game stuff. You can find me other than here with these wonderful people standing in the presence of giants every other Sunday on my channel Mathev7, where I run currently The Masks Sunset City, starring our wonderful misfits. They just this last Sunday, just a few days ago, took down the crowd-funded villain Ulysses 2, as well as the mysterious Darkstrider, and so we're going to see some of the fallout for that in a couple weeks. For the next issue, Planet Earth is opal blue, and so yeah, that's really cool. Otherwise, check out these fine people. Catch you later.
Wonderful. Speaking of fine people, Dusa.
Oh, yes, that's me. I'm also JF, and you can find me on Twitter at Double Crits. This was really a great session. Great power pun from Lindy. Thank you, Lindy. I will never forget that pun. That was incredible. And then the scene with the Gesso brothers. All the interactions. It was just, wow. Maybe we should play every 2 weeks, because if this is what happens, I don't know. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. And so that's it for me.
All right. Someone who sometimes is kidding. Heiress of Gesso, Josh, how are you?
Hey, I'm good. Thank you so much, Lindy. Yeah, that was an episode. The best pun that's ever been made. Lindy wins Witcher with that pun. Favorite moment? I just want to super quickly say, if you don't have Billy in your life, get Billy in your life. I know he's super modest and he's always like, I don't care either way. You should care. You should mainline Billy, like he's crack. I don't know. But Billy is just the greatest, and thank you so much for. I messaged him when I found out the cast and crew, and I was like, I want to be something. We'll figure something out, and he's done an amazing job, and he made me cry a little bit tonight, so that was amazing. Everyone's fantastic. As for me, you can find me on Friday over on Account Roleplay, where LA in the modern day is catching fire, and it's not my fault, even though everyone seems to keep blaming me and my shadowy cabal, legitimate business, the Eden Corps, for a better tomorrow today. Trust Eden Corps. That's me.
All right. Billy, someone we should mainline. How are you?
I'm doing good. This was indeed a great one, and I had something to say, and then Josh complimented me, and then it went away because I don't deal with compliments well, and now I'm getting emotional. So I'm gonna kind of revert to brevity here in terms of favorite moments. My 13th favorite moment is Just kidding. Great puns.
It's not more
Awesome
than
work,
12.
everybody. This crew's really, really special. Like fantastically special. There's a spirit here that you're not going to find, and that's them. So massive props to them. Super amazing shit. Follow them. Do all their shit. Love them. Even if you don't follow them, even if you don't have the time, send them a message. Yo, you're fucking awesome. Throw some positivity into their lives. They're the fucking best. This is amazing. I love this show. I love this crew. And you don't things like this you just don't find. So thank all of you. Thanks for everyone watching on a variety of formats. If you like internets, follow me at Bill of the Forest. But if not, fucking who cares? It's the fucking internet. Fucking get over it. Next person, please. I love you.
The next person we do love and cherish, and that would be our wonderful mage, Ainfra Prax.
I thank you for that. I thank you for that, Lindy. I love you all too. All of you. And all of the stories you get to tell. And I love this crew every Wednesday. But this was a wonderful, wonderful time. Favorite moment is a split tie between Lindy's pun, which I know that she's been sitting on since that moment. And we've been talking about. And it's like, when's it going to come up? When's it going to come up?
I've been waiting for it to pop up organically for months.
Thing was perfect. It was great. And then also the wonderful moments between the brothers Gesso, because that is always a thing that I love to watch, the stories and weave out and the backstories. And I can't wait to see what happens next week with Dusa and everyone, and it'll be great. It'll all be fun. But hey y'all, you know me. I'm at Georgia on Twitter, or Praxagorth as me as you see me around on Twitch. And tomorrow you can find me over on Wandering DM for Thirsty Thursdays, because the Dragon Age crew is back, and we found Anders. Great. We, the Inquisitor, will be happy about that. Probably not so happy that we lost his boyfriend at the same time, but these things. And then on Friday over on Wandering DM for Cyberpunk Red, in which case things are getting really interesting there. And, drama, emotions, if you like that, come hang out. And then Saturday, I get to run things on Wandering DM with my dear friend, Lindy, because we have Black Flag, our Rapscallion pirate campaign, and somebody's a real girl now.
I am.
Who done slapped the bitch with a pocket brick.
I did.
But,
broke somebody's nose.
You did indeed. Other than that, check my Twitter, because I post where I'm going to be, all the fun things I get to do, all the wonderful people I get to hang out with, all of these wonderful people, and all the great stories we get to tell. That's it.
Awesome. Yeah, and that puts it to me. My favorite part was my pun that I've been sitting on for months. Other favorite moments. It was beautiful. I was like, an organic moment. I saw the light, and then it descended. It was great. My other favorite parts was I loved Ainfra with Harold and hers being like, oh my god, another fucking Witcher. That's the last thing I need right now, but he seems to know some shit. He's just being snarky about it because it's Harold. And so I thought that was a fun scene and dynamic that we haven't gotten to see yet. And also, of course, the brothers, because they're wonderful. And the dwarf. I like the dwarf a lot. He's great. We should have a drinking party if we all survive this with him. And you can find us here with Tesla. She's cute. She says hi. You can find us here every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Fridays, but not this Friday. So most Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. You can also find us here this Saturday night for our once-a-month campaign of Aliens. Greg's gonna be there. It's gonna be awesome. We've got predators on our ship. Maybe aliens. Some bunch of contamination things. We might all die. It's bad. It's really bad. But it's so good. You gotta check it out. You gotta watch it. Just follow on Twitter for all the notifications of what's going on when, because I play on other channels like with Prax and other things. So just follow there. It's cool. Thank you all so much for hanging out and watching, and for the donations for us to get some silver for tonight. And just in general, you all are wonderful, fantastic, lovely people, and I appreciate each and every one of you. So for the rest of the week, have fun. play games. We'll catch you next week.